Hi, I'd like to start today's episode with this very interesting and, frankly, very awesome crafting table. Now, the countertop is made of 10mm piece of steel. As you can see, there are a few drawers in the front. These are primarily intended for all kinds of small things, dribs and drabs, little things like that. On the other side, there's enough space for major tools. And especially for the nighttime working sessions, there's a lamp on top. And when we look at the back, we see yet another cozy compartment. And this block right here consists of power bars, as well as one separate socket. The frame was taken from the drilling rig and is firmly fixed at the bottom. All of that allows for a perfect drilling zone. And if you so desire, you can easily fix vise on this thing, even a locksmith type. Now notice the angle grinder stand. Really easy to fix and use. And to make things even more convenient, the power button is right on the handle. And if you're a circular saw enthusiast, you can easily install one of these babies. There's enough room for everything. And guess what? There's even a rip fence on the side. Well, a great piece of work, no doubt about that. Now this next thing I want to show you is this quality DIY tile cutter. It's compatible with almost any type of tile of up to 450mm. It's got slide bearings and the guide rail is taken off a caliper. And what's cool about it is that it also has a 45 and 90 degree protractor. But as you know, it's always better to see the way these things work rather than to blather about how cool they are. And in this case, I think it definitely proves itself worthy. And when it comes to messy workspaces, you kind of always want to find a place where you can keep your clothes neat and clean. And with this little mini kind of wardrobe, you can be sure that your clothes will stay clean. Now, perhaps the only thing this particular solution lacks is a shoe rack. Now this thing right here is a tube bender. Its base is made of so-called structural channel, more commonly known as the C-beam. This one is 500mm. The stand is made of 40x20 square pipes. These rollers and the bell are taken off the standard valve train mechanism. In order to be able to keep the pipe in check, it is supported by the rollers. And for those of you who are interested in making a greenhouse, for example, this thing is a definite must-have. Seriously. Now, as we all know, most DIY solutions come into being most unexpectedly. What seems like a useless debris at first can very well become a proper tool. Take this toilet brush holder, for example. It's got pretty straightforward purpose, right? But what if I tell you that it can also be a very convenient dust catcher? This rubber piece was taken from under the hood of a car. See? Now this little piece of cloth can rid you of a lot of excessive substance, such as sawdust for instance. Have a look at this. You just put this thing on a vacuum cleaner extension one and suck it in. I think it's a great idea. Now here's another interesting idea for a vacuum cleaner. It's the kind of nozzle that lets you work those hard to reach places. These are the little separate white tubes. In this case, it's a factory finish. But I don't see why you can use it, let's say, colorful cocktail tubes. I hope you guys liked today's compilation. Make sure to leave your comments and stay tuned for more interesting DIY ideas. Goodbye.